Thank you very much for joining our product launch. I know I say this every time we launch something, but it's true. Genuinely excited about everything we're showing you today. We're showing three product families, DINE Recessed, SIRIUS, and Shade Mini for concrete. Reason why I'm excited about all of these is there's kind of a theme today, which is all of the products today are direct feedback from customer requests, specifier requests for things that our product line was missing. It was, hey, Liteline, we love your quality, your lighting is great, your delivery is great. That guy Dan tells funny jokes on webinars, but there's a product we need that you're not making. And I would be great if you guys could do this because there's a good market for it. So all three of those things today are not original inside Liteline ideas. They are implementations of customer feedback. So the first one that we're going to dive right into is our DINE Recessed product. So for a number of years now, we've had the DINE family, which was designed by a lighting designer in Toronto. Which was, the feedback was, hey, we need a single fixture that's a pendant, a pendant, a track head, surface mount cylinder, and we want it to have a gold interior and only be in dim to warm, so we can do, spotlighting on tables for dining applications and just dim it right down. And it's super kind of controlled lighting, low glare, great fidelity on the horizontal illumination, low brightness on the vertical dining applications. And a different lighting designer, pickiest designer I ever met, I hope Kenny, if you're on the call, that was you. He's like, hey, Dine's great. We need a recessed fixture to go in the family to complete the series. And so we took his feedback. And the number one thing we got was it needs to dim as low as we can possibly get it. I've been joking with people in the product dev team internally and externally. It's been we spent the first half of our LED lighting career here trying to figure out how much light we can get out of an LED, and it looks like we're going to be sending the second half trying to figure out how little light we can get out of it. So first thing right off the bat, dimming. So standard driver, stock standard is 3% dimming. This is a mistake here. So the second line is Triac ELV 0 to 10. It goes to 1%. We can do a Titanium to 1%. And then we have a few options where we can go down to 0.1% dimming. DMX, which I'll show you, which is pretty cool, is coming out as an option on this, and we're going to be rolling out DMX across our entire offering around September. And then with Lutron, we can get to 0.1%. So standard controls 3%, 1% is an option, 0.1% if you need it. So dimming is on par. The next thing we got was, hey, we are in commercial applications. We don't have a lot of ceiling space here. So from a size perspective, that's what we're dealing with here. Sorry, I can pop it back in here so it kind of looks a little bit complete on demoing the product. It would help if I had the right baffle for this. There's a wall wash baffle. So that's kind of your size application. So you are 3.5 inches roughly, 3.25 inches overall, 2 and change on the face. And then this fixture is not type IC without the box, but for the box, again, we've got a 3.5 inch in the box if you need type IC or Chicago plenum, or you're just in a ceiling with a lot of like noise and stuff on the inside and there's dirt and you want to close it all off. Nice black box, super small, and tons of room to work inside there. So we can get all kinds of driver options in there, whether you're Dolly or DMX Lots of options. And as always, I don't have one with me right now, but our driver box does fit through the couple, so it's serviceable from below the ceiling. What else do we need to know about DINE? I bet it's on the next slide. So the feedback we got for this was that we need field changeable optics. We need, and I said, well, how many optics do you want? And they said, all of them. I said, cool, at the same time. Like, excuse me. He's like, I want a color shift gel, I want a linear spread, I want a honeycomb filter, I want the UV filter, I want everything. I'm like, okay. So we put our heads together. We came up with this design idea where you got the trim and we've got the heat sink, and what we've got is the series of optics that just kind of stack inside the lip of the trim here. And then you've got your main lens. Your main lens is just twist and lock onto the LED. If you want no optics, you just kind of put that in there, screw it in place, nothing fancy. Or if you've got like a 1/4-inch sandwich of different filter media, you can just pop that inside there, screw that down until it's kind of finger tight, and then your fixture is ready to go, and you can hot aim it on site. As far as aiming goes, we got 40-something degree tilt, and like Helios, but with all the overhead of that fixture, I don't know if I can show this here, but basically the fixture itself shifts to the left or right so that your focal point is, let me take that and point it in the right direction, so that your focal point, here we go. So your focal point is offset and you're not losing light cut off inside the ceiling. You get a genuine kind of like 40 to 42, 44 degree tilt on that fixture as it like comes through. And it's simple. It's not screw operated. It's not a bunch of set screws and stuff. This is designed for like, hey, we want to just get on site and point the fixtures and set up our, without a whole bunch of overhead. The entire range on DINE is designed for applications where performance is measured not only in lighting, but also dollars per square foot. So this fixture is, I can't give pricing on this presentation, but I'll say that this is priced probably about 30% below what you would pay for a Sigma fixture. So it's targeting custom resi, even higher end, sorry, not like higher end renos, low brightness applications in the ceiling, and especially commercial hospitality applications where we're trying to get super quiet lighting in the ceiling, precise aiming, precise dimming, filter media, and it's just really kind of high performance without a lot of overhead on the fixture. We talked about optics, we talked about tilting, we talked about adjustability, we talked about field changeable, we talked about the different effects that we have. Adjustable fixed wall wash is accomplished. Again, just a really simple series of reflectors. So there's your adjustable reflector, there's your fixed reflector, same idea. Pop it into the bottom, and then the wall washer kicks the light right up 90 degrees to the wall. Very smooth, very quiet. What else do we have in here? Oh, yeah. So made in Canada, USMCSA eligible. So it is currently tariff-free going to the United States. It's also fully assembled in Toronto. Beam angles, a legit 10 degrees, super tight. Not 15, not 18, not 25, we're gonna call it 10, like a legit 10-degree beam spread, right up to 60. Available quick ship from 2,200K up to 5,000K. I don't know why anybody would buy this thing in 5,000K, but I'm sure somebody will. But 22, so we go below 27, 22. Dim to warm is standard option. White tunable is available either with dual 0 to 10, Dolly type 2, or along with RGB tunable white, we have a super slick DMX option. So got a red channel, a green channel, a blue channel, and here's where it gets really fun. So the red, green, and blue channel are like 5 watts a channel. It's a 10-watt fixture at white. And so channel 4 is your white intensity, and channel 5 is your white tuning. And then we can kind of go back to channel 1 and do some red injection if we want to. It's super hard to show this over a monitor. I wonder if I shine it on. There we go. I shine it over there if that kind of works. There we go. Oh, I got some wood accent in the back, so we can do some like red injection on it. But what's neat about that is unlike other DMX options that are on the market, this is the first constant current DMX decoder, not constant voltage. So we can divide, so we can get, when we talk about, when we did the DMX webinar in September, October, something like that, you'll see that we can get like, like a 10 watts, 12 watts per channel on the white, and then like 4 or 5 watts on the color. So we can balance that and get it into that super small COB type form factor. Everything else that's DMX is like these big arrays that are constant voltage for reasons. Before I go, let's look at a couple of questions in the chat and the Q&A. I'll tackle those. Okay, and if we want IES files for all the interchangeable optics and combinations. That's a good question. The thing about infinity is that it's infinity, so I can't give you all of them because that would be infinite. We will have IES files for all the standard beam angles. We have derating curves for if you changing color temperatures. And if there's a project and it's like, I need an IES file to model this, no problem. If it's like, hey, I want all the IES files just to like get the most out of your Gonio, we can't give you all of them, but we can give you the ones that you need, which is pretty cool. Chat. Okay. Steve likes DMX, cool. Can we use the VBE2 for these for IC rating? That is an interesting question. The short answer is no. If you need type IC, you have to use the box. Okay, 10 degrees up to what height? It's 10 degrees at the source. So the size of the circle will change depending on the mounting height, but the angle leaving the LED will always be 10 degrees. So a little bit of trig SOHCAHTOA, and we can figure that out. It'll also be on the IES file, so it'll calculate, or on our photometric report, it'll calculate either your beam angle and size on the photometric report, so you can just kind of have a look at it. Cool, so that's DINE. We can talk more about that at the end of the webinar. Next product that we have to launch today is SIRIUS. It is SIRIUS. So Click, we all know it, we all love it. Most popular fixture that we have in Click is our KL line 5 and KL line 10, which is that multi-cell kind of louvered fixture that recesses in super low glare. And we had been getting more projects than I care to admit, where people are like, hey, I want to do that recessed linear multi-cell thing, but I don't want track lighting. And we're like, well, the only way we can do that is if we like cut a piece of track to the same dimension as the fixture, and then you've got a remote transformer that's constant voltage, and you've got to deal with all the overhead of installing a piece of Click that's only the size of the fixture, and it's only one fixture per segment of track. So what's the point of even doing track lighting? So we are proud to launch today SIRIUS, which is a recessed multi-cell. Start off with, we're only doing a 5 light because that is by far the best seller. And it's available with a whole bunch, it's not reading color on here. A whole bunch of different reflector color options. So white, black, gold, semi-specular, full specular, as well as, here we go, as well as a whole bunch of different beam angles. So 15 to 50 degrees. This one is CCT selectable from 27 to 5000 K, and it's up to 1600 lumens. And like everything else we make, the junction box will fit through the cut hole for the fixture, and it's the standard blue box junction box that we all know and love. So easy, cut your hole, pop that in, pop the fixture in, and now you've got up to 1600 lumen fixture in a wide variety of beam angles, super high performance, tight, low glare. Same optics as the KL bar or the KL line fixture, matches perfectly, and just looks really slick. So got a recessed version for that's our SIRIUS product family, and again available in all of the different control systems that you might be using. Next fixture. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Luke Triac commercial DMX, the whole story. What Lutron Athena wireless, big deal right now. Sheet mini concrete. So quick recap for those of you that are new with us. We've got our slim lead product, which the slim lead multi, which is really simple product. It's, you know, a wafer light, great. That's all kinds of fun. That mounts directly to the junction box. Hey, more interesting. Shipped standard with a whole bunch of different magnetic trims. A few months ago, we launched the shade option for this. So it takes a junction box mounted wafer light that's kind of boring and turns it into something that's really good looking. So that's a great wet location rated surface mount cylinder up to 1200 lumens on our 4-inch slim lead multi. And by popular request, we have made a deeper version of this that's for a surface mount junction box when you have conduit applications, and then the fixture or the shade has conduit knockouts. So you can pop that in there. And now we've got up to 1200 lumen cylinder. I've got slides for all the storage. Click on those. There you go. Condos, multifamily, big deal. People don't want to put ceilings in here. It's all about dollars per square foot right now. Wherever they can cut, they cut. We don't have to do bad lighting on these types of applications. So that loft look, hey, it's not a bug, it's a feature. We didn't give you a ceiling. Great application. So white and black, interchangeable optics. Sorry, optics is a big word. Factory installed different baffle color options. So white and black shell, we've got semi-specular white, black. Maybe something else. I bet it's on the next slide. There we go. Gold, semi-specular, full specular, black and white interior. You get one beam angle, and that up to 560 lumens is the wrong number. That's on our standard slim lead multi. We have our slim lead multi high output. So I think it's about 800 lumens delivered out of the fixture. And it's just kind of really slick option for doing a nicer job without blowing the budget for lighting when we for concrete ceiling applications. So we are 22 minutes after. I was aiming for 20, but we had 2 minutes of banter, so right on schedule. And that's what we got. Thanks for your attention. So I'm here to answer questions. Recordings are available, slides are available. First question I always get is, when can we have this? DINE is shipping now. I think everything's shipping now. We're in stock on everything on this. So happy selling, happy buying, happy specifying. And yeah, look forward to working with you guys on these things. So please, any questions you have, drop in the Q&A and I will give the best answer I possibly can. And if we don't have any questions, give another minute or two. I'll say thanks and contact your RSM for pricing, samples, spec sheets, all that fun stuff. I got a compliment, it's not a question. Dania says, thank you. You're welcome. Ed raised his hand. Ed, you can just talk here. You don't have to raise your hand. You just, because we can't actually like let you talk. So you have to type your question in here. That's how it goes. Anyway, okay. Any way to provide secondary optic for the slims? That's a good question. Depends what you want to do with it. So in general, we have quite a few cylinder options. We've got Genesis cylinders launching like very shortly that'll have lots of optics options. We have the DINE cylinders. We have the flex cylinders, all of those have optics options. The concrete box thing here, we're really aiming for just where people would otherwise use just like a flush mount that doesn't look very good. Ambient is 1, just drop it to 40. I assume we want to tighten the beam angle. If the project warrants it, we can certainly use some glare control film to tighten the beam angle, do some custom like laser cutting. Contact your RSM on that, and we can discuss it. So it's not impossible. It's just like we're gonna have to think through how we would do that and what the application is. But yeah, nothing's impossible. But as like stock standard out of the box, there's no optics options available for this. This is like VE targeted, like for VE on this thing. Cool. All right, no open questions. Give them thumbs up. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. And we are at 11:25. So thanks, guys. Enjoy your day. Take care.